Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Let's wait for the chat box to populate. And we'll start the lesson. So the guys who are watching now, please get into the chat. Say hello. How you doing there, Osterson? You got the PDFs. I was unable to practice for a few days because of my hand, so I wanted to be productive and to start doing a breakdown of the rudiments. I believe you got 20, 22 of them out of the 40. And I try to do the best I can. And it's just for you to have in your library, and it's a language. Okay? Now, let's just wait for a couple more people to get into the chat, and we'll hang out. Now, remember, tonight's lesson is going to be on my website, mattpatellallivelessons.com, 7 p.m. Okay? Now, I didn't send them in any sort of order. Is out of all the sheets, who's this? Robert, how you doing, Robert? Robert, are you a member of my website, mattpatellallivelessons.com? Because I'm sort of going from YouTube in the afternoon to my site in the evening, 7 p.m. If you want to become a member, I'll give you the address and you could sign up. I'd appreciate it very, very much. I'm keeping it open until the end of January, and after that I'm going to close it for only members only. Oh, you go to Robert, go to that site and just register. It's $19.95 a month, reoccurring payments. So I'd appreciate it. Now, Robert, did you get the PDFs as well? And Osterson, now you're the first one here, so I'm going to give you the choice of which rudiment would you like me to break down for you. And Robert, did you get the PDFs? Thank you. All right. All right, so tell me, I didn't put them in any order. I have all the sheets here on my TomTom. Which one would you like to break down? And we are going to be working from that textbook too, the 4-4 reading, a couple times here and there. All right, so we're just waiting for a couple more people to get in here. But tell me, which one would you like me to break down a little bit for you, demonstrate how I wrote it out for you? The flam tap, the 5-stroke roll, the 4-stroke rough. What is this? All right. The 4-stroke rough, let's talk about that. You have the sheet, so you want to get the sheet for you. Let's see, where are we? So what we'll do is we'll work on the 4-stroke rough. It's also known as the single 4. Why, I just don't know why they changed the name. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's work on just the 4-stroke rough. What you have is 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Now, this is the way I originally was taught, and it was from the Buddy Rich book, this first one. Now, you have to maintain the levels. Do we all understand what the level system is? Gentlemen, we all understand that? All right, the 4-stroke rough, 6/8. 6 beats to a measure. Each eighth note receives 1 count or 1 beat. So this is for the language itself. We're not playing in any kind of groove, or we're not playing to any kind of music. What does that no mean? I'm not sure, Robert. Explain what that no is. You have the PDFs, correct? 6/8, 6 beats to a measure. Not quite. All right. That delay drives me crazy. 4-stroke rough, single paradiddle. The 4-stroke rough, it's also known as a single 4. Now, the levels themselves, if you want to maintain a consistent sound, you're coming down to the drum from one point. You want to get an accent, you're coming here, down. All right, so let me just briefly go over that. I'm going to do a whole video, which is going to be available for purchase on the level system. And we're having a show with the author of the book, Level System, and sometime next month, or February rather. So anyway, we have the full stroke or the free stroke. That's a power stroke. I'm going to get a loud volume from my drum because the distance is great. The next stroke, okay, would be a downstroke. Now notice that the free stroke or full stroke and downstroke sound the same. Okay? Free stroke or full stroke, downstroke. Now the next stroke would be a tap, tap, and then an upstroke to get in position for an accent. Now, if we look at this, the first line of the 4-stroke rough, it's in 6/8, 6 beats to a measure. Each eighth note receives 1 count or 1 beat. So my starting position would be here. Why would it be there? Well, I look at my first right, it's not an accent. I look at my second stroke, it's a left, but it's not an accent. So I'm going to count 1. Now on a count of 2, I'm going to get the same sound as I got from 1, but I'm going to have to change positions to get in position for the up and coming accent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I ended that with my left hand, and I'm going to begin the next one with my left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what you want to do let's start from the beginning of the line again. Under the right, you want to put a tap, a T. Under the left, the number 2, you count 6/8, number 2, it's an upstroke. Okay? So you put U, upstroke. The next one's a tap, the right, 3. And number 4 would be a downstroke. So you have tap, up, tap, down. Okay? So if you notice, I'm playing this slowly, but the level system is there. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm doing it slow. It doesn't sound like too much, but it's being broken down, and it's very, very slow. So that's what's occurring with the sticks. Now we take it to a different level in 4/4, and we're going to play it up tempo a little bit. What's this? All right. So now we're going to go to line 2. It's an eighth note triplet, quarter note, eighth note triplet, quarter note. My count for that would be 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the Now notice on the count of 2, you just have a quarter note, but I'm maintaining the 8th note count to keep the distance equal. All right, but the levels now are the same. It's 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. Up tempo a little bit. Got it? That's an 8th note triplet formation. Any questions on that? What I'm playing in that formation is exactly what I'm playing. The movement of my sticks is exactly the same as I did line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Okay, so up a little faster. Now I'm taking it to a 16th note triplet to the 8th note. All right? Robert, any questions? I'm taking it to the 16th note triplet. Then the count would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Now, the next one is an unusual one. You have 3 grace notes going into the quarter note. How do we count the grace notes? Now, you might, it's really funny count, so you might want to write this down. It's did, li, ah. Write that down. Did, li, ah. Diddly-ah, diddly-ah 1. Diddly-ah 2. Diddly-ah 3. Diddly-ah 4. Now, the grace notes are going to be very close to the quarter note. Grace notes have no absolute, they don't have any tempo bearing. It's more or less heard or felt. Okay? But I'll do it slow. Here we go. Starting with the right. Diddly-ah 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diddly-ah 1. Diddly-ah 2. So I have diddly-ah 1. You got that written out? Diddly-ah 1. Diddly-ah 2. So I'm not opening up the grace notes. I'm trying to play those grace notes as close as possible to the quarter note. So I'm not going 1 and 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's, but notice the levels are there. Regardless, you got it. Okay. Robert, you get it? No matter what tempo or what variation I'm playing, the levels have to be there. That's to get the consistency of sound. The tap, the downstroke, the upstroke. And you're always in position to nail the accent with a minimal amount of effort. Okay, so that's the 4-stroke rough. That's the one hand. All right, now, let's put that aside. All right, now being that we're working with the 4-stroke rough, let's work with the 4-stroke rough single paradiddle. How's that sound, guys? That's another sheet. Now, we all need to understand, we probably all know how to do the paradiddle. You know, the alternating paradiddle, right, left, right, left, left. That's easy. And if you maintain the levels, there's a downstroke, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap. Now, I presented it, the 4-stroke rough single paradiddle with the grace notes as the 4. It's diddly 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, no upstroke there. How come? The upstroke is going to be inside the grace notes. Okay? So now I have diddly 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to do the best I can, gentlemen. My left hand I'm in some sort of agony right now because my left hand is hurting very bad. I just had come back from the doctors. I have to get an MRI, and he gave me a little bit more medication. So I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm trying to do the lesson. So please don't take that for, my left hand is messed up right now, and I'm trying to do the best I can. All right, so we have the first one, diddly 1, 2, 3, 4. We understand that. The pulse is diddly 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we go to the next formation, which is in the paradiddles are going to be in eighth notes instead of quarter notes. Okay, so the count's going to be diddly 1 and 2 and diddly 3. You have to feel those grace notes before the paradiddle. Okay, so let's try the second one. Wait a minute, did I make a mistake? No. I'm sorry. 1 and 2 and. Now, you see, there's no time in there with that, the grace notes. I'm feeling it to the quarter note. Do we understand that? I hope that explanation is okay. You understand it, gentlemen? Boy, it's really messed up, man, especially when you're drumming with that left hand. It hurts so bad. I tried to come over like this, and the pain is actually worse. Okay, well, you got the first 22. The remainder, as soon as I get them completed, I will send them out to everybody. This way here, you have, you understand the breakdown and the language of all 40 rudiments. When I first started, there was only 26. That was the NARD, the National Association of Rudimental Drumming. 26 rudiments. Now there's 40. What can I tell you? All right, we understand it all now. Good, no questions. Very good. Okay, now you guys know after this 1 p.m. lesson, there's not another 1 p.m. lesson until Thursday on YouTube, okay? There will be a lesson tonight on my site. And Robert, I really would appreciate if you did become a member. That was really good. And Otterson, if you go to the site, there's the student section. You go on the student section, there's a ton of PDFs you can get, okay? So we understand now the 4-stroke rough itself, the 4-stroke rough single paradiddle. Now, where these are used, I don't know. Wherever you want to, wherever it makes sense musically. But the next one, when you go into a 16th note formation, they absolutely do wonders for your hands. I'm unable to play that right now, only because my left hand is down, okay? And I apologize. Hopefully it'll be back to normal within the next week or two. We'll see what happens. I don't want to live on medication to ease the pain or discomfort. All right, so tonight what we're going to do, um, we'll do some more rudiments. And I want to keep just doing the rudiments this afternoon and this evening. And we'll go through a whole nother criteria come Thursday. I'm going to try to do Friday as well, okay? Does anybody have any questions on what we went over? The four-stroke rough, the four-stroke rough single paradiddle. They're great for your hands. Okay? Be patient and make sure the levels are there. No questions. All right. All right, let me start another one. That was the four-stroke rough. Let's go to, being that we're working with roughs, let's go to the three-stroke rough or the single three. I don't know why. And again, you need to maintain the levels. If you look at line 1 on the three-stroke rough, you're starting again in this position. Now, I'm going to have, you want to put underneath the stroke, the first right is going to be an upstroke. The next stroke, which is a left, is going to be a tap. The next stroke is a right, but it's accented because you're up in the air, so you're going to come down. So this is going to be your starting and ending position. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Ah, ouch. Oh, Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, tap, down. You want to put that under there. Up, tap, down. And that's in the quarter note formation. That is what's occurring when you're playing a three-stroke rough. It's broken down to probably its lowest denominator there. Now you go to the second line, and I put it in a different formation. Instead of just 1, 2, 3, ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2/8 notes in the quarter. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-bop. Okay, we understand that so far. The quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No matter where you're placing or what line you're playing here, the levels are there. They have to remain the same. So line number 2 would be 1 and 2 and. Now it looks like I'm very robust or I'm mechanical, but I'm trying to demonstrate what is occurring. Now we go to line 3, 2/16 and an 1/8. The levels are still there. Okay? Now, the 2 grace notes before the quarter note. Write the count down. Did-da. Instead of diddly-ah, it's did-da. Did-da-1. So I'll do it slower. Did-da-1. Did-da-2. Like a gallop. Ah, come on, left hand. I just try to use a 3-stroke rough and a 4-stroke rough in some sort of groove formation or rock pattern or whatever. We understand it. Good. I hope that I helped somewhat identifying the 4-stroke rough, the 4-stroke rough single paradiddle, and now the 3-stroke rough. We will go on to the 3-stroke rough single paradiddle. Now tonight, we're going to work on the flamacue, the flam tap, the inverted flam tap, the windmill, the flammed windmill, the Patty Fla Fla. Where these names come from, I have no idea. Everybody says, "Well, you know any hybrid rudiments?" I know the 40. Well, every one of the 40 rudiments is, except for for 3 of them, are all hybrid. I don't know if you could understand that statement. But when I learned the rudiments, like I said, it was from the NARD book, or NARD Association, the National Association of Rudimental Drummers, and the Drum Corps. All right? But as I progressed into my drumming, in reality, there's only 3 rudiments. There's the single, the double, and the flam. And everything else is a combination of that. So a hybrid means combination of. Like, for example, I mean, it's called a 5-stroke roll, right, right, left, left, right. I have a series of doubles and 1 single. It's the combination. If you look at the stick control book, other than line 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, after that, every one of those lines is a hybrid rudiment. Do we agree, disagree, or depending on what school you come from? Need some feedback on that statement. I don't want to leave unless you understand that. Now, hopefully, I will be back Thursday. Hopefully, I might be able to do one Friday. I'm not certain. You'll know Thursday. Okay? But at this point now, there's one more lesson before Christmas Eve. Okay? And that's tonight at 7 p.m. My site. All right, gentlemen? No questions? No problems. We'll see everybody tonight at 7 p.m. Unless you'd like to talk about what we just did. And there's no questions. No problem, Robert. All right, we'll see everybody tonight, 7 p.m. Okay, guys? Have a good day. Let me sign off.